What tips do you have for getting started in building that knowledge over time? Maybe resources you used, and maybe things that you maybe order that you used to focus on different topics related to Medicare in order to just get up to where you're ready to talk to people and feel really knowledgeable on it.
Okay, so you haven't written anything, right? What's that? You haven't written anything, right? You're just getting started?
Brain.
Okay, so I can tell right now your number one limiting belief is that you have to know everything before you get started. Okay, that's gonna be the number one thing. For anybody like you, or anybody that thinks and relates to Orlando, you don't have to be perfect. You're not gonna be perfect. Nobody up here is perfect. I called Luis 4 or 5 times from the home, and you guys have seen my success. Go in there, give yourself the opportunity to learn, and ultimately, Orlando, give yourself the opportunity to fail. Because you're worth it. That's the only way that you're going to experientially learn and internalize everything that you want to. The questions will be answered in time, my friend.
So going right back to the whole failure thing, I'm at home 2.5 years ago, and I've never sold anything in insurance, and I'm thinking about I'm going to do Medicare, final expense, indemnities right out the gate, and I did. But I remember, Matt, you remember this call? I was talking to Matt, he didn't really know me, but he said, dude, you got to get out there and start selling. Stop sitting at home and go sell, because there's that uncomfortability factor. Well, I had my cheat sheets that you guys saw earlier. I thought that was a good idea out the gates. I had my cheat sheets. I studied the plans to know the basics. I didn't know which plans were the most dominant in my area yet. I had guys that I could call. Kenny, you remember me calling you in the beginning? And I would ask Kenny questions because you can't dial a friend. You've got GroupMe, you've got friends that you can call. You can call Louise, but I can call Kenny, I can call Adam, I can call, and I did. And so remember this, when you go into a home, the senior has no idea what you don't know. You're gonna know more than that senior. And now that we have our iPad and we can look things up on the iPad and we can pull a plan up and we can look at doctors, don't know what you don't know. You're ahead of them and they're looking at you as the professional. And in due time, like Evan said, you're gonna start knowing those networks. Maybe not to the degree that Kenny does. My gosh, that was amazing listening to him. But I'm in Dallas-Fort Worth. There are way too many doctors in Dallas County and Collin County for me to remember their names. I don't have that luxury, but I got my iPad. So it will work out, just get out there and do it.
Yeah, I'll reiterate one more time. I love teaching and coaching agents, but I've got to be the worst recruiter in the world because I will only answer so many questions before if that agent does not have a lead and they're not calling me from a home, I won't talk to them anymore. It's the only way to learn, truly learn, is when I see somebody put their feet to the fire and get out there in the fight. It's how do you learn how to box? Well, it's not from reading a book. You got to get in the ring. And then the other thing that I would say, you better have somebody to call, and you better have Sunfire. If you have those two things, then you know how to type a phone number into your phone, and you know how to type a prescription drug into Sunfire. You're smarter than any senior on the planet already. So you got what you need.
And the ice breaks quickly. It breaks quickly. Just a number of appointments, and you're feeling great.
Best advice to a new agent, a leap of faith is not from point A to point B. You're not going to know where you're going to be. You're not going to know what you're going to land on. You're not going to have all the details in order. Leap of faith is off of point A. You came in here for a reason. And what you're going to do is you're going to learn a little bit. I don't like the word failure because all you've done is produce a result. If you go sit with somebody, you haven't failed at anything. You produced a result. The result was they didn't buy from you. Anybody have that happen? Oh my goodness, heaven forbid. Oh, it didn't work out. Let's refine it, let's polish it up. So if you think you're going to get all your ducks in a row, wrong. Put your duck in the swimming pool and start swimming. And as long as you keep swimming, as long as you know some will, some won't, so what? Next is the most important thing that anybody in this room has. We all up here have a next. I've got somebody I got to see, I got somebody I got to do, I got to set papers I got to do. I have things happening